Well, you might not know their names, but you've definitely seen their obsession. They're quiet, precise, and once a year they gather to do something most of us have never even thought of. Glazebrook was an acton to uncover an unconventional passion.
Hidden in basements, garages, and warehouses are rare treasures sometimes not seen in decades. They're closely guarded by a secret society of people, and once a year, that society gathers in Acton, searching for numbers, colors, and history. These are license plate collectors, and they aren't just hoarders of metal. They're historians, art curators, and hunters.
The interesting part is this is the only year that has red on white, 37.
Okay.
This is 38's the only year with an eggshell blue on orange.
They gathered tin that tell tales of war, diplomacy, and the open road. And they were at the Acton Arena for the Halton Tag Club's 21st annual swap meet. For Acton's very own David Steckley, who's organized this gathering for years, it all started with one plate and a piece of advice that seemed ridiculous at the time.
Well, when the license plates were renewed annually, back in 1959, when my father was taking the 1958 plates off his car, my uncle, who was there at the time, said, "You have to save these," which I said, "That's the silliest thing I've ever heard."
But Steckley saved it, and his collection started, now some 5,000 strong. But among all of the tin, aluminum, and steel, some plates stand out. Not just for their looks, but for their legends.
Well, the rarest plate in Ontario would be considered the 1903 leather plate, of which I believe around 900 or so were issued. There are 13 known in the hobby. I have one of them.
And for plates from some of the war years, you won't find them on bumpers.
The registration for 1944 and 52, when the Korean War was on, was a piece of paper stickered to the inside of your windshield. So for us to collect those, we had to have somebody cut the windshield out of the car.
For some collectors, rarity isn't just about age. It's about the sighting. And a good eye can spot a treasure at 100 kilometers an hour.
I saw a car with a trailer driving across Saskatchewan about 12 years ago, and it was from Liechtenstein.
Even a single digit can make a plate valuable. And sometimes it's about the memory.
I would say my favorite would be my diplomatic plate from Japan, because they're notoriously difficult to get, and I got it from a good friend of mine from New Zealand, so that'll always be part of the collection.
Every plate has a history, some about politics, some about war, and some about color.
I got into the hobby when I was 12 years old, it's like 50 years ago. I found a license plate that looked like this, and it's just such a beautiful color. And when I found it, I was attracted to it. Mine was all damaged and destroyed, the one I found, but I started picking them up. And then bit by bit, I just started to build a collection.
Some are here for the rare find. Others just want a piece of history for their wall. But everyone leaves with a story, and often new relationships.
It's part of preserving our automotive past. I think a lot of us guys are intrigued by numbers, patterns, history. Most license plates have a story behind them, so it's the story and the friendships we make. The plates become an avenue or a vehicle for sharing the common interest that leads to friendship.
At the Halton Tag Club meet, history isn't behind glass. It's in boxes. It's traded by hand. And it's alive. For Halton News, I'm Glazebrook.